Alright guys, what's going on? Flux Performance, and we're back again here in the shop with the green truck, like I said before on my previous video. Today we went and picked it up from the muffler shop as we taken it over there to go get the exhaust from the headers all the way to the back, 3-inch with the next pipe, 2 MagnaFlow mufflers, and 3-inch tailpipes all the way to the very back of the truck. It's got a nice tone to it. For the most part, it came out real badass. So the only thing missing on this thing is a cold air that I have to build for it, and obviously a cover that goes on top of the radiator. That way we can cover that stuff up and it makes it look real nice. But today we're gonna go ahead and put it on the dyno. Now this thing is a 6.2 crate engine from GM, the one that comes with 525 horsepower. And we did a Texas Speed blower camshaft on it. We did a Whipple 2.9 with a 3.7 pulley, which should net maybe 10 pounds of boost. Wagner front accessory kit, as you saw, a Champion radiator, dual fans, shroud, Quantz transmission, 480 transmission, Circle D converter. We've got 410s in the rear, cow tracks, high-speed balanced drive shaft. I mean, you name it, all the works. Holley electronics, Dakota digital gauges, and whatnot. This is going to be on 93 octane. It's not going to be on E85, so definitely we're going to leave some power on the table, at least 100 horsepower. Not shooting for any max effort. We're going to go ahead and shoot for something very nice and reliable that he can stomp on at a 93 and have no issues whatsoever. So timing is going to probably be a little low, but being that it's on regular pump gas, he can go ahead and stop at any gas station and just fill it up without looking for a specific station that has E85, and just makes it more easier for him as the customer wanted it to be on 93. So let's go ahead and dive into it and make some horsepower numbers. Right now it made 581 to the wheels, and that was a 3rd gear pull. Timing is very conservative, obviously for 93 octane, so I don't have a whole lot of timing. That's only 13 degrees timing, and it's making right at 10 pounds of boost. Last night it made 478, so I was a little thrown off why it made so little power. Obviously, as you can see, the previous graph, it's really not clean. So I checked the plugs this morning, and come to find out we have one cracked spark plug. I don't know if you can see it, but there's 2 cracks on it. Sometimes if the socket hits it, or whatever the case is while you're trying to put spark plug, well, you can crack it. I didn't really see it, so I took them all off and I rubbed my fingers through it. Obviously my fingers are a little dirty, so it puts a little bit of dirt in it, and then you can clearly see now that it's got 2 crack spots on it. So the truck drove great under normal conditions, but obviously when I went wide open throttle, I felt that it was kind of hesitating a little bit, and that is pretty much over 100 horsepower increase. That's 104 horsepower. This tells you right there how much power you're going to lose if you have a bad spark plug wire, a cracked spark plug, or something of that sort, regarding with the coils and spark and all that kind of stuff. So obviously it was real clean now. I am going to put probably a little bit of timing. Air fuel was about 11.1 on that pass, which it is very conservative for the amount of boost that I'm actually running. So I'm probably going to lean it out just a little bit, maybe to about 11.5. It'll still be super safe. And probably maybe add maybe 2 degrees back into it. Hopefully we can see about 600 horsepower to the wheels on this thing, and that'll be like super safe, very conservative, and overall a great daily driver. But as you can see, big horsepower loss if you have a messed up spark plug. So make sure to check your spark plugs. All right, we're gonna go ahead and do one last pull on the green OBS Supercharged. The previous pull that it did, it made 601 and made about 570 pounds of torque. So we're gonna give it one last rip. I'm not gonna make a change in the computer. We're just gonna leave it alone, and we're just gonna go ahead and try to back that up. We had a little bit of cool down time in between. I went ahead and done the cold air on it as well. So the 601 was with the cold air and added 2 degrees of timing. So we're right about 15 degrees right now, 15.2. So I feel that's very safe for 10 pounds of boost and 93 octane. Air fuel about 11.3. So we're gonna see what it does. We're gonna give it one last rip and just basically try to duplicate the same power. And this thing is definitely gonna rip at 600 to the wheels, 410 gears, 480, and a loose enough converter for the blower. This thing is definitely gonna burn out for days. All right, well, there you have it. 611. Oh, what are making torque though? Make 611. We've got, it was 14.8, 15 degrees timing. 9.6 pounds of boost, just under 10. That was a 6,700 RPM pull, and right about 11.3 air fuel. So very conservative. That's plenty of power. So let me see what torque makes. Probably like I don't know, maybe like 575 maybe. I don't know why it does that though. It gives it a spike, but in reality we are, see, oh, we're, no, 545 545 pounds of torque, and 611 horsepower. So I say that's pretty damn good. This thing is gonna burn rubber for days. I mean, the tires are not that big. That's only like I think calculated 25.6, 25.7 diameter. It's a 315 3517, I think. So it's a pretty small tire. As you can see, third gear was about, you know, 112, 13, obviously with the converter unlocked. It is definitely gonna burn out for days. If you don't let off the throttle, it's not gonna stop burning out.
Yeah, no.
But this guy wants it to cruise it, take it to some shows, and occasionally whop the throttle. Time to get it all cleaned up. I need to go pick up a panel. It goes right here. Covers all this stuff up really nice. And then we're gonna detail it, clean the wheels, clean the truck, get it ready for the customer. All right guys, what's going on? As you can see, the green truck was finished, and actually they've already come and picked it up, and it's going back already to Florida. But at the same time, we got the other truck that we had done a while back ago, if you remember, is the Coyote C10. That one came back. They picked up the green truck, and the reason that the square body got dropped off is because we had already ordered a VMP Supercharger for it, and it already came in. So we're gonna go ahead and get the install done and basically get this thing ready for the burnout pit at Bandas y Trocas. So today we're gonna start on the install of the supercharger for the Coyote C10. And also around here in the shop, we got a new project. We got this badass 67 Nova. It's got a big block with a BDS supercharger on it. This thing came from the paint shop. It's completely been redone, chassis wise, paint and everything. Still don't have any glass and all that kind of stuff, but I am starting today on doing all the wiring. I have to rewire this car completely, inside, outside, lights, motor, Holley electronics, just basically get this thing ready and fire it up. That way they can come pick it up and then they can finish the install on all the rest of the stuff that is still missing, like interior, windows, the rest of the front clip and stuff like that. So plenty of hours that I got to do on the wiring stuff, which is very, very meticulous. And obviously, since this car is going to be more of a show car, so everything has to be done right. So there's a lot of stuff that I got ordered for it. Bulkhead connectors, I have to repin the whole complete wiring. As far as the Terminator X goes, I have to repin it completely and just basically make this thing look really, really nice. You can see it's got wires everywhere. Ain't got nothing in it yet. No interior, no nothing. It is going to have Dakota digital gauges, which I have there. It has a fuse panel there with a bunch of wiring going all over the place, so I have to wire loom everything, heat shrink everything, and basically get everything connected to where it needs to be. But this is going to be a pretty cool project. Like I said, I will be spending most of my time doing this wiring as far as right now. We got all the shit for it. Fuel rails, lower plenum, injector dynamics injectors, pulley, big throttle body, just everything that comes with it. VMP Supercharger kit is pretty nice. I am going to change also the radiator on this thing. I ordered a much larger one, which is like 37 inches wide, which is for, and actually it's for a Ford Bronco, but it has the correct inlet and outlet, for the water lines, which is opposite of what the Chevrolet is, because obviously for the Coyote. But I think it'll be really, really nice. So we're going to go ahead and start getting down on this thing, and we'll show you some progress as we go along and when we actually do have it on the dyno. Remember, last time this truck made, I believe it was 350 to the wheels. No, 360, 350 or 360, I can't remember exactly, to the wheels on motor. It does have a turbo 350 transmission, no lockup. So a lot of you might say that the numbers might be a little bit down for what this motor should do, but then again, we also have a non-lockup 3-speed transmission in it. So we'll definitely see what it makes once we put the supercharger. We're actually thinking maybe at least 550 to the wheels. So that's a solid 200 horsepower increase, which I think it's very, very possible. This thing also runs on E85, so we'll definitely see how it turns out once we're done. So y'all stick along. Fast shipping. I would have to call and see if they can overnight it. Oh, brake booster. 7-inch. You gotta change the brake booster. That's like a 10.5 inch. So the throttle body's gonna be in the way. So I'm looking at a 7-inch for C10. That'll be a lot smaller. See if it'll, see if that one, if they have it, they can overnight it. We'll get that one. Using the source to fill. Oh, it goes like that. If it works better, we don't have to do it. Swap it out. Pero ese son 7 inches y viene. Yeah, tengo puestos tornillos. It should be the same. I'll do it from that. Because como quiera tienes de este, you gotta undo it. Change the. Because I gotta change the spark plug. I gotta put NG case. Luego como que estoy ahí. Ya.
Poquito nomás.
Le faltó nomás, como quiera le faltó un poquito nomás.
Ya.
No, depende cómo. ¿Para dónde estira? Por abajo. Entonces me imagino que el de arriba. Digo,
Sí.
me imagino que sí. Para que dé para abajo. Ah, se pone la banda. Esta pulley y esto es el mismo que viene en el kit, en el otro kit de la first steer. Yo la tengo. Fucking power steer. So what we can do is we can put a zip tie right there. We won't be able to fire it up. Like it's got an angle that way, or it's got an angle go this way, or go that way. Which way? I don't think. Oh, you know what? You see?
Oh yeah, I see it.
When you flip it, it goes the other way.
Yeah.
That goes that way. This one right here, like this, that. The instructions suck. They give you no freaking instructions. They want you to watch a video so you can look at the instructions. And the guy that does the video like skips through a bunch of steps. So it's kind of useless, the video, in my opinion. One scene, the guy is cutting something in the middle. The next scene, the supercharger is on. It's like, there you go. I mean, I know my videos are, you know, we're installing the supercharger like this video here. But then again, we're not VMP superchargers that are showing you an actual complete install video. Like, we can skip some scenes. They should be like the book. Like, all right, you got to do this. You got to disconnect the negative battery cable. You got to unplug this sensor. I mean, you know, not just skip the whole thing though. Then you'd be like, what the fuck? Where'd this go?
So here and that one goes here.
Oh, okay.
So you can hold this.
Yeah, no, because
You can eliminate this
y ya no da chingo de espacio, ¿verdad?
and leave this here so you can have some support in the middle.
Yep. Ah, me puedo cortar este para que todavía tenga aquí. Right?
Yeah. Yeah, well, it's touching goes a little bit more.
Oh,
Longer
yeah.
radius.
I mean, for the manual brake, it would have to be. You got. It's a plate. This is the one that goes in there. That's the one that goes in the other one. And then this is the one that has to go inside. Here. No, somos. Oh, duh. Shit. Uh-huh. We'll just tie that in the back. So now the question is, I don't fit. I mean, what if we just make the hole bigger? It either goes on the, it gives it an angle, but this is, esto es because of the firewall, the way the firewall is. On some of the S10s, the firewall is like this, so it goes like this, so that way it's straight. Or vice versa. Oh, like this. So it sits and it sits straight. If it goes in, it's still got to go in another inch. Güey, si entra otra pulgada ahí, güey, ¿qué onda? ¿Dónde está la madre que va aquí? Oh, es que tiene un rubber. Just do like that. Just do like that. Well, nomás lo voy a poner para kind of check this. That would be this one. You know, I mean, it'll fit. It'll be like, because I can move that just a hair anyway. But I can make a plate. I can make a plate where it's flat, get the center, and then we can put this. The only thing that I gotta do is I gotta take this off. I gotta measure it. Este way. I gotta measure this, ponerlo en el pedal, porque this is what's gonna push that. I'll put it there with an angle. I'll put it there in an angle. It'll push straight, but it won't be correct. This needs to be like that. Ah, ok. ¿Cómo está? ¿Cómo lo vamos a hacer? No, este necesita estar más para atrás. Sí, alrededor va a ir.
Yo lo medí y llega.
No, sí, pero llega de aquí a aquí.
37.
No, this needs, we need to put it somewhere else. La de abajo,
No va a salir directamente.
Acá. We can make a aquí, and we can come, you know, like so. Corta ahí, queda ahí. And then this top one, we gotta come here, or moverse. Well, actually, we gotta move it because you know I got.
Hay que poner primero la bandera porque son de.
Ahorita quitar arriba. Ahorita quitar.
Respirando ese shit.
Sí, güey.
¿Y ahí cómo vas a poner la verdadera?
Pues métela entonces.
Ahí tengo la verdadera.
Gotta make a custom bracket because I guess the ones they sent is kind of short. Little L shape, Z shape. Bevel. Sí, estas las, ¿viste esas clamps ahí? Ya, además las hacemos con sus Tyron, both.
¿Se veía en tal edad? Por eso le voy a poner así.
Oh, pues que está.
Para que no se doble y para que no se doble de arriba.
Oh, pero es que está cortito, ¿no? Acuérdate que aquí es donde va el colgado. ¿Sí sabes qué son, verdad?
¿Qué ramas, no?
Son de plomero,
¿Oh,
güey.
de plomero?
Yeah. Son de...
¿A ti te gusta escupirle, güey?
Nos traíste la grasa.
Sí.
It's like the Phantom grill. Not even a billet grill. Like a Phantom. No, the Phantom is like all the way over. I guess, you know, customer likes this one, so he changed it. I had, whenever I did this truck the first time, I put all this brand new, but factory. Like all, just all GMC stuff, all factory. Like when it came out in 87, 86, 86. If you go back to the videos, that's the one that I threw away. We kicked it and ran it over.
Yeah, I
Same
remember.
one. So
I
he went.
remember.
he went and bought another one. I guess he likes it. Should feel so. Anyway, we'll wait for the radiator. Saturday, the new power steering pump. Saturday. I'm gonna change this
Booster?
one. I'm gonna change that one. Well, the booster's not gonna fit.
I mean the master cylinder?
The new master cylinder, and then tidy up everything, and then put the water hoses, fill it up with water, and all that. Fire it up. All right, guys, what's going on? We've got the C10 Coyote Supercharged, completely done now. We have it strapped on the dyno. As you saw, this thing before, we hadn't done the supercharger because we were waiting on it, and finally we got it, and we started doing the install. A couple of things that we had to do is we had to remove the brake booster and actually do manual brakes on it, which I still got to remove the pedal and change the pedal ratio so we can have more leverage on the master cylinder itself. But everything else turned out pretty good. We did upgrade the radiator to a bigger 4-core unit. Also, we had to change the power steering pulley, the power steering pump from what we had before. The Forts kit, which goes mounted right where the AC compressor goes. We had one that's mounted in the middle on top, but it wasn't going to work with the VMP bracketry and stuff like that, so we had to swap it over to the other one, which it actually turned out pretty nice because it runs with the same belt as the supercharger, just like the AC one does. So got a 3.5 pulley in it, which is supposed to make 10 pounds of boost. This thing made, I believe it was 350 to the wheels whenever we did it on motor. I can't remember exactly, but I think it was 350, somewhere on there. It does have a turbo 350 behind it, so no 6-speed, no lockup, no nothing of that. So we'll see how it does. If it picks up 200 horsepower to the wheels, it's great. That'll put it around 550 range, somewhere on there. That's plenty of power, which I know a lot of you might say that it's low on power, but like I said before, we're running a turbo 350 non-lockup. It doesn't mean that it doesn't have power. It just a lot of times doesn't really show much because of how the transmission and converter loose and all that kind of stuff. But as far as having power, I mean, even with the 350, seemed like it had plenty of power. But that's beside the points. The dyno is a tuning tool, and that is what I use it for. Obviously, you want to be able to post 12, 13, 14, 1500 horsepower every single time, but sometimes you can't. But we're going to see what this does. I'm going to go ahead and run it through the gears, because I did also upgrade the injectors, and I got to clean up the fueling while cruising, and then we'll start making some power pulls after that. So go stay tuned. Let's see what this thing does. Goddamn torque. Shit. Look at that. 6,855 pounds of torque. I don't know what the hell. I guess it's a spot. Obviously, the torque is having a little bit of a glitch. So, that was just a little whoop. Just to kind of see where we're at and then go from there. For the limiter, 7,200. I was gonna take it to 8,500. No, 8,000. But I've got the limiter. I got the limiter at 7,250. I mean, it was gonna keep on going. we go to like 8,000. It's gonna make 600 or close to 600. So we're gonna bump the limiter to 8,000.
8,000.
And then we're gonna make a pull till about 8,000. I'm gonna take a spark plug out to see how it looks. Because I've got 21 degrees timing in it. 74% duty cycle. That's pretty damn good though. That is already, this was all motor. So made 336 on the motor, and then we added a supercharger on it, and that's it. And now we are at what, 200 and so 550, no, 229 more horsepower right now. So I'm thinking it's got another 20 to 25 more in it once we take it up to the RPM where it likes to be at. So that's going to be a solid 250 to the wheels. This is the non-whining supercharger.
So you think it should make close to 600?
I think it's going to make, it's going, so I'm thinking it's going to be, so we got what, 800 more RPMs to go. So I'm thinking it's going to be maybe 580, 585, depending what the plug tells me. If the plug tells me that I can go more timing, then it'll make more power. So we're going to see. Stick around. $593.
Yep.
Got no spikes here. I don't know. Like it lost some sort of something. Like it lost a little bit of signal. So maybe realistically 580. Oh, that little there, for some reason it went to like 10.9 air fuel. And then it came back up. 10.9. So I had that little small dip right before the end, and then it cleaned back up to 11.5. So for some reason it added some fuel there, so
Not bad, right under 6.
right under 6. Yeah. And it made a little bit more boost on top. Made 13 pounds. 13.3 maybe. That's through a turbo 350. Not a 6-speed or not a 10. I mean, dude, if it had a 10-speed or even a 6-speed, like a 6-speed, I think it'd probably make 750. Like it'd probably make at least another 100. Make 700 to the boost. So we're gonna go ahead and wrap it up. This thing is ready for the burnout pit this weekend at Fort Worth, Bandas y Trocas. So we're gonna be there. I'm taking this one with me, and the customer's gonna meet me over there. And then also I'm gonna take the one and only neglected, because it has been neglected.
Yeah.
I've neglected that thing since like what, December?
Yeah, it's been a while.
Oh well, we did donuts. When was it? In the snow. That was December. We did donuts in the snow, and it's been parked ever since. So we took it to the racetrack. We ran out of gas, E85. So I dumped it all out, and I'm switching it back over to 93, which it'll be fine. I'll probably load it on the dyno and just clean it up. And then we're gonna get it ready for also Bandas y Trocas, which we're gonna have it there this weekend. And we're gonna have the Coyote C10 also on display in my booth. So if you see this video and if you're Bandas y Trocas, make sure to swing by, say hi, check the rides out. Peace.